Hello everyone, it's Aderonke again. I hope your day is going well. Today I'd like to clarify what the word Yansa, Yansã. I'm not too sure about the pronunciation. I think the pronunciation dwindles depending on the speaker, but I'd like to clarify what it is in Yorùbá language. I'm not sure if it's Lukumi. Yeah, I've heard Yansa in a Brazilian song for Oya, and I'm trying to recollect if there's a. I think the song is Brazilian, but I might have heard it in a Cuban song too. The Brazilian one sort of goes like this. Something like that. So I'm very familiar with that song. Maybe I don't know the words greatly, but I know the song, I know the tune. That was where I first heard it. Anyway, I like to analyze what it is in Yoruba. The name is intended to be a sobriquet, an epithet, a characteristic name for the deity that we refer to as Oya. So whether you hear Iyansa or Iyansa or Iyansa or any other version that you may hear in Brazil, Cuba, or Trinidad and Tobago, or any other Afro-Latino regions, or even in some other West African regions, you know, it's intended to be an epithet, a sobriquet for Oya. The way that we would say it now, present day, is Ìyaàsán, and it's the same way that we would have said it then, but I'll try my best to show you how it became Yansa. That was watered down. How Ìyaàsán was watered down to Yansã or Yansã or Iyansa or any other version that you may have. Ìyaàsán is how we would say it now. Ìyaàsán. What is Ìyaàsán? Iya is mother, and it's not the only word that we have for mother. We also have mama, we have yeye, we have iye. In certain contexts, you can even say abiyamo for mother. You know, abiyamo. Iya is mother, and mẹ́sàn is 9 in the adjectival sense. Mẹ́sàn is 9 in the adjectival sense. So what do I mean by that? So I suppose because I haven't really done this in the past. I glossed over numbers, yeah, maybe some 5-7 years ago, but I didn't really do it as well as I want to. So I would have to make new videos on Yoruba numbers and what they would be in the adverbial form, in the adjectival form, in the cardinal form, in the ordinal form, all of that. I have to do that soon. Ẹ̀sán is 9. So the very idea or concept of 9 in the Yoruba language is ẹ̀sán, and this is the original form, ẹ̀sán. But when you're counting, ọ̀kan, èjì, ẹ̀ta, ẹ̀rin, àrún, ẹ̀fà, èje, ẹ̀jọ, ẹ̀sán. When you're counting like that, when you're counting your numbers, ẹ̀sán is 9. So the very idea, concept of 9 is called ẹ̀sán, but when you're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, ọ̀kan, èjì, ẹ̀ta, ẹ̀rin, àrún, ẹ̀fà, èje, ẹ̀jọ, ẹ̀sán. Ẹ̀sán is 9. Now in the adjectival sense, it's mẹ́sàn. So how many boxes or how many bags? Pali mélòó ló wà ńbẹ̀? How many boxes are there? Pali mẹ́sàn ló wà ńbẹ̀. There are 9 boxes. Àpò mélòó ló wà ńbẹ̀? How many bags? Àpò mẹ́sàn, 9 bags. So in the adjectival sense, it's mẹ́sàn. Now in the adverbial sense, I think, would that be ìkẹsàn? You know, ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹsàn and all that. There are different variations. These I would have to become to do. Perhaps I'll just do 10 each. 1 to 10. Although we count in 20s and 200s and hundreds, I will just do 10 each when I start to do them, because there will be a lot to cover, you know. So mẹ́sàn is 9. Ìyaàsán is mother of 9. Ìyaàsán is mother of 9, mother of 9 children that she had. And some people also say mother of the 9 River Niger tributaries, you know, the original tributaries. I almost can't say that word. Of the River Niger, the Benue, the Sokoto, all those rivers that sort of link to the River Niger. That's what some people think. Oh, but I'll tell you why they think that. But mother of 9 what? 9 children. Mother of 9, Ìyaàsán. Because we Yoruba people like to shrink words, and it's not a weird thing. It's something that other people in other regions do as well. Even the English, I don't know if the French do it. But instead of saying is not, you say isn't. Instead of saying are not, you say aren't. You know, so combine. In the Yoruba language, we combine 2, 3. In fewer cases, even 4 words. 4 short words, and make them 1 word. So it's not... we do it all the time. It's how we speak. When something is your and then we weren't even speaking the English language or any other language. So when a language is your language, you become more comfortable with shrinking words. So we used to contract words and shrink words and all that. Ìyaàsán is how you say it now. The contraction of that is Iyansan. Iyansan. It sounds old Yoruba-ish. It's a dialectical contraction of Ìyaàsán, Iyansan, Iyansan, Iyansan. Ìyaàsán is Iyansan, Iyansan. That's how we say it. That's the original. That's the original before it became what it has now become in different regions of the world, which is in some sense cool, you know. The fact that it was even retained in the first place is a miracle. The fact that the very idea, I mean, despite everything that we've been through as a people and then as a race, it's it's quite astonishing that there's even a record of, and I know that a lot of work has been done and lots of people have returned to Africa to do more research and learning and all that, and they are perfecting it in the countries where they now live, you know, as a result of slavery, different circumstances, you know. We don't need to really get too much into the specifics, but it's amazing that not only was it retained, it has been modified in interesting ways, and it has even expanded, you know. But I mean, everybody deserves to know what the correct thing is. Everybody deserves to know, okay, as a result of this this influence, perhaps slavery, perhaps most of the time it was slavery for the Brazilian atmosphere and the Cuban atmosphere, Trinidad and Tobago, even the other parts of the Caribbean and all that, other Afro-Latino countries, yes, and all that. It was slavery and separation from the Yoruba people that brought about these mispronunciations. And for the most part, a lot of people are, you know, as far as, okay, well, that's not quite it. This is the correct thing, and that is a mispronunciation. And in real Yoruba, it actually sounds more like an insult than what you intend it to mean. But I get the circumstance. For the most part, a lot of people that I've met have been quite receptive. You know, oh, so that's the original thing. Okay, I'll say the original thing from then on. You know, I've met a lot of my Afro-Brazilian brothers and sisters, mothers, fathers, that I've told, and they were more receptive to, oh, okay, this is the original. Okay, I'll try to stick to the original. A lot of people are, well, it doesn't really matter what the original is. This is what I want to call it now. I don't care if it doesn't make sense or if it actually sounds more like an insult to the deity. They understand because it's now a separate language. So I don't know. I suppose it's up to you. My purpose of making this video is not to say, oh, you are wrong and this is the right thing and what you're saying doesn't make sense. No. That's that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to, I think everybody has a right to know the original version of everything. So Ìyaàsán, it was what has now become Iyansan and Yansã and Iyansa and all the other versions that you now have. So very briefly, before I end the video, and this may not concern the vast majority at this point, so feel free to click out of this video, but I just want to touch on Nigeria and the fact that Nigeria is actually named, I mean, from the Yoruba perspective, Nigeria is actually named after Oya, you know. And for different people, they have different names for what, as a result of Mungo Park's discoveries, they discover everything, has now become River Niger. And well, the name River Niger has now been established as, okay, this is the official name and this is the main name, and every other name is y'all's business, you know, and all that. And all that. Different tribes have what they call that river. I think it's the third largest in the area and all that. The Manding call it, I don't know if I just said that, I don't know if I said that right, but the Jaliba or the Joliba, you know, the Igbo, the Ijaw, we call it Oya. So Niger, the river that they call Niger in that region, you know, there's a part of, it's inside Nigeria, sort of at the middle of Nigeria, and then it branches off to Benue, and I think the Benue River is its largest tributary, and then that branches off to the Sokoto and the Benue and the sorry, not the Benue, the Kaduna tributary and all others, you know. But we call that river Oya. Who named it Oya? There's a speculation that it was Shango himself, our husband, you know, but I don't have proof. There are lots of things that we don't have proof of. I don't have like a legal document from Shango himself, you know, and any of that. That's a British thing. But yeah, Odo is river. So what do we call river in Yoruba? Odo. Odo. So anyway, Odo is river. Niger is Oya. And I was thinking, I was sort of, well, growing up, if you ask the question, what is Nigeria, you know, the teachers mostly responded, oh, it's Niger area, that it is Niger and area infused that has become Nigeria. But no, even Flora Shaw, the person who came up with the name, didn't really explain. She just submitted it and it was accepted, received well as the name of the country. But Nigeria is actually a feminized version of Niger. So, you know how you say Victor and Victoria, and you say Alexander and Alexandria, and you say George and Georgia, and I mean, I can go on and on. What other British names end with ear? So that was the idea behind this. Nigeria it's not Niger area. It's not Niger Maria. I mean, I was seeing a lot of crazy things, you know. Nigeria is a feminized version of Niger. Don't ask me how I know that. I have my ways. But that was what Flora Shaw was thinking about when she came up with the name, you know, a feminized version of the word Niger. Of course, she didn't publish that in the Times. She didn't say, I was thinking, well, she didn't even say like what brought about. I'll read what our explanations were to you, but she didn't really specifically say that, okay, Niger and this is the reason. Niger and Ia, she didn't, because then those were weird times. Even women couldn't vote at the time, and she's not any kind of hero or heroine, at least not to me, because she didn't do anything. She doesn't really deserve the fame that she got from naming Nigeria. At least she was an anti-suffragist, you know, so I mean, respect to her, you know. I don't know if she has reincarnated or not, but yeah. She was an anti-suffragist, so women shouldn't vote and all that. So she's not, don't put her on any kind of pedestal. It's not necessary. Yeah, but she gave the country its name, and that was what she was thinking. I am very sure, 100% sure that was what she was thinking. How do I know that? A little meditation here and there, but that's besides the point. The reason she gave for naming it is as follows. So, in which was edited Nigeria, the following argument was put forward by Flora Shaw in the course of her article, which was edited Nigeria. In the first place, as the title Royal Niger Company's territories is not only convenient to use, but to some extent is also misleading, it may be permissible to coin a shorter title for the agglomeration of pagan and Mohammedan states which have been brought by the exertions of the Royal Niger Company within the confines of the British protectorates, and thus need for the first time in their history to be described as an entity by some general name. To speak of them as the Central Sudan, which is the title accorded by some geographers and travelers, has the disadvantage of ignoring political frontier lines, which, while the word Sudan is too apt to connect itself in the public mind as the French hinterland of Algeria or the vexed questions of the Niger Basin, the name Nigeria, applying to no other portion of Africa, may, without offense to any neighbors, be accepted as coextensive with the territories over which the Royal Niger Company has extended British influence, and may serve to differentiate them equally from the British colonies of Lagos and the Niger Protectorate on the coast, and from the French territory of the Upper Niger. Flora Shaw's first article for the Times was on Egyptian finance, sent in under the signature F. Shaw, so that our sex could not stand against her. Blah, 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 blah. So this was, she later married Lord Lugard, not my lord. I was so sassy. Lord Lugard, who was then the High Commissioner of the Northern Nigerian Protectorate, and I think he went on to become the first something. It became something major after that. I don't remember. I don't care. Anyway, there's another thing that I found interesting in the change in the very early years of Nigeria, in official documents and many things, and even the way that the country was referred to, there was sort of a feminized thing to it. Nigeria and her people, Nigeria and her, and it's even evident in the first national anthem. Nigeria, we hail thee, our own the native land. The tribes and tongues may differ in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians are proud to serve our sovereign motherland. I don't know if I got the tone correct. We don't sing it anymore. But if you, it may be a mouthful, it may be too much for you to very quickly pronounce and see what the difference is. This is the second national anthem. I think this one came about in 1970 or so, but something was changed here. For anybody that is observant, this was changed from our sovereign motherland. So it now became fatherland. Arise, O compatriots, Nigeria's call obey, to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and mind, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity. So in the current national anthem, we say fatherland. But in the pledge, we say, I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, to defend our unity, and uphold our honor and glory. So in the anthem, it's funny to me, because in the anthem, we say to serve our fatherland, but then we say, I think it's interesting. The pledge was composed by a woman, a Yoruba woman. I think some British person from this one. This one was composed, the lyrics were written by men, and the song was composed by one, is it Ben something? I don't know if I have a screen to share somewhere here. 1 second. I think it's Ben Odiaze. He managed the compositions and all that, but I just thought it was really interesting that something changed. That it changed from our motherland to our fatherland. As far as what that means, the fact that Nigeria is named after Oya, well, I don't know. Perhaps she should be respected more. Perhaps she should be respected more, and I don't know, what would that mean for a Yoruba person? That's an interesting question. Nigeria to the Yoruba person, Nigeria is named after Oya. What does that mean for us? The country is named after a body of water. What does that tell us about water and how we should treat water? I was reading an article on pollution in the Niger River, and I think it was a selected, let me see if I can share my screen at this point. I think it's an interesting article. Selected persistent organic pollutants in water of River Niger, occurrence and distribution. So it appears that a lot of the pollution comes from like I haven't seen the whole thing, but even the abstract is interesting to see, well, if the River Niger is being polluted, coupled with, I'm sure the river is being affected by global warming somehow, as far as all that, this can go several ways, you know. For anybody who is a researcher, this can go, and from a spiritual angle, you know, what does that mean? What does that? It's named after her, yes. I mean, she's not. Oh yeah, it's not restricted to just hair and winds and all that, you know. She used water in a human incarnation and all that. Hydrotherapy may not have been a thing, but she used water, and water as a source of energy as well. So I don't know. And even if Oya doesn't really have any particular connection, how should we treat Olokun? How should we treat Yemoja or Oshun? How should we treat all these other deities that are, you know, connected to water? You know, how should they be treated? Anyway, that's it for now. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I'll be happy to respond to your questions. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you in the next one.
Ọ̀dà tó wọ̀ ọ̀dà tó mọ̀ ọ̀yà má fi talẹ̀ ká gbogbo wa mọ́ lé o.